Good evening, guys. So this video is my 16th video on the VBA, and what actually today we are going to do is we are going to use this VBA so that we can send out the emails automatically, right? Yeah, you heard me right. I'm saying that you can actually send your emails without being getting involved yourself manually, and automatically your system will start sending the emails, and this is something you can actually do it from the VBA, right? So many of you have asked me and wrote me even the email that they want to know more about the VBA. They want to know that what is the requirement of the VBA, if they are good in the Excel. Well, I can talk a lot of stuff on the VBA because VBA is actually a very vast thing, but just in a layman term, if I say that VBA actually makes you so much powerful that you can ask Excel to work for you. You name it, anything within the Excel, and it can be done with the VBA. So VBA is a very, very powerful language. It's called a Visual Basic for application. And today I'm going to give you that kind of an example which can actually, increase your knowledge, and which can also give you a lot of understanding that this is, that much of, this substantial things this VBA can actually do. So what we are actually going to do is we are going to make this macro which will send our files with subject name, and even will record will make the macro wherein we'll say that it has to be sent to whom, and what all participants we can keep in the BCC and CC, right? So it is going to be a complete email, the way you actually send the emails, right? So if I open my Outlook over here, what I actually mean is that because this is one of the Microsoft products, and through the VBA you can actually interact any application, be it Excel with the Outlook, or be it Excel with the MS Access database, and be it Excel with the PowerPoint, right? So here what we actually want is that to should be there, CC should be there, subject should be there, and of course attachment. You can attach the file as well, and you can write the stuff here, whatever you want to write, right? So let's start this. I'm gonna close this for now. So right now I have just Outlook open and nothing else, and here, so I'll come and I'm going to write the sub, right? So let me name this auto email, right? So that's how we write the macros, and now we're gonna write the macros within this. And before you do that, since we are going to actually follow this early binding actually means that you need to set up the reference first, with the Outlook. So obviously some when you send this code, or when you send this file to somebody, this Excel add-in, watch my another video on the add-in. You will come to know what exactly add-in means. Add-in actually are the ways to distribute your code, right? So that somebody can also use that code. So the thing what I'm trying to say is that whenever you send this code to somebody, in order to work on that code, he has to actually first go to the tools and references, and he has to activate this library. So library is going to do what? It is actually going to activate all the Outlook classes, because when you work on the VBA, you actually work on the objects, you work on the classes. Classes are the blueprints of the objects. So if I define something, then what methods, what properties does that actually object holds? It is everything is defined in the that library, in that class. So I have already activated this. I have, as you can see here, Microsoft Outlook 14.0 object library is already there. You might have a different version, maybe you are using 2007, or maybe any prior version, so or maybe you are using 2013. So based on that, your number will this be changed. I'm using the 2010, so I have this Outlook 14.0, right? So you may have, I think, the 15.0 in case if you're using 2013, but anyways, that's not a matter, that's not the problem. You can ask your this team, actually, whenever they are going to use this, first they need to set up this reference. So by default, your Excel, this code would be something like this. Let me just show you how you can activate this. Go to the tools reference and then press M. It will take you to the M, and you need to find now Microsoft. As you can see here, it's a Microsoft Access object library. It is used when actually you want to deal with the Microsoft Access, which is a database. So similarly, just scroll down until you see this Microsoft Outlook. So here I have started with the Microsoft Office, and the O alphabet is here. So yeah, so here I am, right? So select this option, and this library, as you can see here, it is available over here. That's called the msouthl.ole. These are the actually DLL files which are responsible for your codes, how it actually works. So now, since I have activated this option, I'm going to write a code, right? So let's start with the code. This is called the early binding because you are actually activating this first, this option, and then you are going to write the code. There is another way of doing this code, which is called the late binding, but I'm not going to discuss about that. Late binding does not actually require any instructions for you to tell your audience that they need to actually activate this, reference, right? So whatever Outlook version they are using it, that code can be directly used, right? So we can talk a lot on the disadvantages of early binding over late binding, and vice versa, but I think we are here more focused towards the code. This code works also very fine, very neat and clean, provided you should tell your audience that they need to activate this library first on, they need to on this library by going to the Visual Basic window over here and in the tools, right? So now what I'm going to do is, this is how I'm going to define my this application, which is I'm deciding any variable, and I'm going to give this Outlook application. I'm going to declare this, and similarly I'm going to use another thing which is called the O item as Outlook dot mail item, right? So if I'm not going to use this option, I'll just show you what exactly it is doing. If I'm going to reference this, and if I'm going to uncheck this option, then, and if I'm going to try here again the same thing, let's say P as Outlook, you can see that now Outlook option is not appeared here. Why? Because Outlook option this library is not activated. So that's why it is so important actually that you need to, in case if you're working through early binding, you need to actually get this activated, right? So let me just quickly activated this option. My VBA program always talks about these things which are very powerful and very much required in case if you want to be a very good programmer, right? So okay, so we missed, I think, O, because it is going alphabetically. Yeah, so here we have, so I'm gonna just check where is my Outlook. Okay, so here is my Outlook, right? Let me just on this, right? So now if I write here dim ps Outlook, I will get this Outlook class, right? So when you define any object through these variables, what you need to do is, as a rule, you need to actually use a word called set. It's a keyword. You have to actually use this whenever you define any objects. Now Outlook application, Outlook mail item, it's called an object. Now let me tell you why actually I have defined here what is this mail item. This mail item actually is because whenever you deal with the emails, whenever you are dealing with emails, be it you are sending or receiving, so what it means is whenever you have this email, this item in your code, which means that whatever the program you're making and you have to deal with the emails, then you actually have to define this mail item class, right? Because mail item class is actually going to help us in creating all those new memo and items in the to and cc and so on, right? So let me now quickly let me show you one thing more. Before that, let me just write this. Now what you need to do is, let me just close this inbox, this email, and I'll show you what exactly is happening here. Now I don't have Outlook open over here, right? So the moment I'll do this Outlook dot application, this is how you define your this Outlook, right? Now see what will happen. I'm going to my this task manager. So when you come to this task manager, you see that if I have open Excel, then Excel exe file is on, and similarly I have like Chrome here, Internet Explorer, so every application has its exe file which is running in the background. So similarly I have the Skype, from where actually I train my students. So I don't have any Outlook executive file here. In order to work on the executive file, this code, when I write here out this variable which I have set as I have given this property of this Outlook to o underscore o, this variable, then by writing this line, actually I'm going to open this Microsoft executable file. Let me just show you. Let me press F8. Now the moment I'm gonna press F8, see, this is taking a little bit of time, right? I have pressed F8 and so now it has taken, I think, 4-5 seconds. Now let me show you back here what all we have got here. So we have got here Chrome Excel file, and do we have any Outlook file over here? Yeah. So here you can see, so this file was not there before, prior running this code. Now, so that's why this actually code is gonna run this Outlook executable file, so that you can actually work on this file. So let me just reset this and let me proceed with further. Now what I want is my O item should also have this property which is called the OLOOK dot. Now you can see that OLOOK was, there is no keyword as such OLOOK, right? O underscore look. You can even write your name over here, but you have given this, you have assigned this to Outlook class. So Outlook class means that in Outlook, now we can actually go through their methods and the properties. So that's why this Outlook, now it is actually your Outlook application. So it is like this, if I write here Outlook dot, I will get all these property and methods of the Outlook, application. So similarly, writing here, this would also mean the same thing. So I'm gonna create this item, and under this item I'm gonna create this mail item. That's a standard code which you have to remember, right? And what actually does is, it is actually going to give you authority when you start working on your email items. This actually OL mail item, this which comes from this mail item, it will actually give you all the properties and the methods. You can access that. I'll just show you in the object browser. If I write here let's say mail item and press enter, now this mail item is a class, and every class has a object, this object, and object has a property and method. So this is all you can do from here. You can BCC it, you can use the attachment add, you can use the attachment read, you can use all these functions, the properties, this you can see this envelope, kind of a hand with the envelope. This is called the property, and these are the functions, and these are the methods. These kind of a tilted rectangular boxes with the hashes. So a mail can be closed, a mail can everything. A mail can be copied, you can even use the CC and all that stuff, right? So and you can even use this property called the body, right? What do you want to write in the mail item, right? So mail item means that when you're gonna create an email, right? So that's quite simple actually, right? So now what I'm gonna do is, I have already said that Outlook application, my executable exe file is going to run in the backend, and then I've said that this O item which has this mail item class, it should actually create this OL mail item. Now what you want to do is just write here with O item, since that's my variable object, I would say, not the variable. And now what you want to do is, you can access all the properties. You can write here to, and you can write here Ajay, whatever the email ID you have. Let's say I have this Ajay, that's my email ID. Let me just write it down, yahoo.com. Similarly, you can write here in the CC as well, if in case if you want to write something. Maybe I'll write here this one. You can write all your official IDs as well. Maybe you can also write in the BCC in case if you want. I'm not writing it. Subject should also be a property, and subject should say that good morning, right? Whatever you want to write, I mean to say. And then you can have the body. In the body, what do you want to write? In the body, let's say you want to write hi. Hi, and you can say hi team, and then you want to give some spaces, you can definitely give. So what you can do is, you can say that VB new line is gonna add some space, and then thereafter you can write this is the report generated for today, right? So that's it, you can do it. And what else you can do? You can even add the attachment, right? Attachment dot add. So what you're gonna add is that this, you put this in the source. So let me just check, let me maybe add this all right, so let me add this course VBA program, maybe. Yeah, so you might not be able to see my this complete screen, so let me click on this chart and go to the property, copy the entire path, and now press OK. You need to paste this here, and this parameter source, and now the file name has to be charts.xls, right? And it has to be in the quotes, right? All right, I think I haven't used the right version. It is xlsx because it is made in, yeah, it was made in 2010, so xlsx, right? So I think we are done here, and all set, I guess. What else we can do? Yeah, important thing. So if I say here display, then it's gonna display, it is not gonna send the email. If I write here send, then this send method will actually, what it does is it will send the email, and it will not even give you a second, you know, to look at the email. So that's something you can use it, but right now I'm not gonna use it, so I'll just say I'll just comment it out. Now let's run this code and let's check. Okay, so I'm running this code and let's see. All right, so I got here. Well, I got a little, you see that the code actually took a little time, but generally it doesn't take. It just actually because of I have to actually reformat this, you know, my office. But anyways, see guys, I have got the name here. I have got the, you know, in CC I have got the name, what I have written here, and the subject line, and this chart is also attachment is there, and hi team, this is the report generated for today, right? So that's how you can actually automate your stuff, and you can check here and then you can press the send. Otherwise, if you don't use this display option, if you just comment it out and you just do this, then this will be actually, this is not going to display this. This is not going to display this. It will immediately sends out that email, right? So remember, just to wrap up, this is called the early binding, wherein if you're going to send this code to somebody, you know, then that person has to actually use this reference in the backend. Doesn't matter what Outlook is using. Suppose if I uncheck this, and if I now try to run this code, see what will happen. User defined, type not defined, right? So because you're using Outlook class, but you have not activated this library, you know, you how can you access some object if you are actually haven't defined it in the Excel? So that's it, guys. I hope you have learned today a very good thing, and let me know in case if you're looking for some Excel, advanced Excel training, and of course the VBA one. So let me just on this, and then we'll re-go through whatever we have done today, and thereafter we'll wrap up the video. So let me just on this. So remember that that's how you use the important things, you know, the features which you're supposed to know. Whenever you declare some object through this variable, you actually have to on the library in case if you're using the early binding, right? So whenever you send this code to somebody, just tell them that they have to actually go in the tools reference and they have to activate this. Otherwise, the error which I have just shared with you, this is something they'll get, right? And they'll be bothered and they'll say you're not a good programmer, which I really don't want, you know. So again, the second thing is we have used the set word, because whenever you define some object, you know, with the help of these variables, you actually whenever you are dealing with the objects, you actually use the set word. Now if you're working on the Outlook, and if you're working on the emails, the way we actually as you see you know, saw that we have created a new mail, and we have, you know, we were using the email, we were sending it out. So you always have to use this email item class, and under this mail item class, you in order to get their properties and the methods used, you actually have to use this OL mail item, right? So this actually tells the, you know, this VBA that you are actually going to deal with the emails. So that's how you can actually access all these properties to CC, subject, and all that stuff, right? So that's it for now, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. On the VBA itself, I think there are around 16-17 videos. You can watch them. I have even added the playlist, so when you watch my YouTube video, just click on my name Ajay Kumar there, and the, you know, on the bottom of this video, and it will take you to a link. Then and on that front page on the left side, or maybe I don't know what settings, maybe it could be on the right top or wherever, but there is a word called the playlist, and you can watch actually through that, right? So under that playlist video, you'll get all the videos one by one. You can watch Excel videos, you can watch VBA videos, you can watch both videos, all the 55 videos together one by one, and you can even watch the videos on the array. Super powerful technology. That's, I think, the must watch videos. And again, on the charts and the pivots, I have the separate videos, right? So thank you so much, and I'll come up with some another interesting video. Keep writing me, and thank you. Bye bye, take care.